Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Excel Snippet, your YouTube channel. And I've left the conditional formatting in the half the way through, as the video is a little larger, the formatting options. So I want to continue that video where I left. Okay. This is Excel video number 14 on beginner series, part 2 of conditional formatting. In conditional formatting, we saw how to work with the basics of the data, and now we are about to see how to work with other lists. So now I'm going to just select all these data ones and then clear the content selection. So now we did the conditional formatting highlight cell rules earlier, and now I'm going to do top bottom rules. Again, I'm not going to go for the entire options one by one like I did in the highlight cell rules, but I'll give you a tip how to play around with that easily. And as usual, I have to come down and I'm going to use the next option called top and bottom. I'm going to select the new sales range and then I'm going to give the top and bottom rule, and this time I'm going to use the above average option. So if you closely watch, I have a small formula on to the right of my screen. I manually made this formula in this list so that I can see whether the answers are coming correctly or not. So I'm going to select this. When I color above average, any value which is beyond 2017.83 will all be colored. So let me just make it a smaller value. So let's just select the whole list, go back to the conditional formatting, top and bottom rule, and above average. You can see automatically we got a color here. If you are happy to the default colors given by the system, you can follow them. Generally, I try to add a separate color for my list always, so that makes my data a little unique. Now you can see that I have a number which is above 1751. This is above average, and if you want to change this maybe to a below average or top 5 or top 10 or top bottom 5 and bottom 10, then I have to do this in a hard way. So select the whole list, go to my conditional formatting and manage rule, edit the rule, and if you want to change it to top to bottom, select the third option, format only top or bottom ranked value, or select the fourth option to make the above or below average, and you can see a lot of other equal or above average, equal or below average, one standard deviation above, one standard deviation below, two standard deviation, three standard deviation, and so on. And when I go to the top and bottom rule, you can see the top or bottom, and I can select the numbers of it. I can say percentage of the selected range and so on can also be added to my list. So now I'm going to just give the top 3 values here, and you can see that automatically my value changes here to the top 3 value. It's not an above average anymore. Top 3, if you want that to be back again, so go back to my list, edit the rule, come to the below rule and make it as above the valuation. So this will be play around with above average and top and bottom rules and below average. The third part that we have here is a data bar, and you can see that when I come to the data bar in the conditional formatting, I have 2 dimensions. One fill is a gradient fill. We'll see a true color in it, maybe a lot of white with the basic colors in it. Another one will be a complete color. I can call it a solid color in here. So now, before I started, I'm going to select the first one. I'm going to give the gradient fill here. So go back to my conditional formatting, icon set side data bar, and choose the purple data bar with the gradient fill in it. And I can do the purple fill again, but for the solid fill again, I'm going to use the purple, and you can see the 2 different colors are there. One is gradient fill, another one is solid fill. If you don't want a number to be displayed in this point, you can do that. Just select the range, edit your formula, and you can just check out the bar. We even have a keyboard shortcut to go to the conditional formatting managers, Alt O D, yes, and edit the list and change the point. So this is going to take a little easier compared to the one which you go to the conditional formatting managers and to edit. To bring the pop-up, I gave Alt OD as a keyboard shortcut to get the data, and this belongs to 2003 version. And if you are using the latest version, you don't want to remember the keyboard shortcut, just press Alt and then H, and then it automatically takes you to the list, L and then R. So get the list. Alt H L R. Let me do it again. Alt H, move, L for conditional formatting, R for and includes. Alt H L and then R. This is in the latest version, so let's say 2016, 2019, Office 365. You name it whatever you want to name it here. You can put them in that list and you can use them for these. So this is our keyboard shortcut to get into the list, and I'm scrolling down to the next part, and here I'm going to use the third option. So I'm going to use the fourth option in here called color scale, and when I come to the color scale, I can color the data based on the given value. So you can see that I have different value comes in place. I can color them either with 3 colors in it or 2 colors in it, whatever way I want it. I'm going to use a 3 color here, and then I'm going to sort the value from the smallest to the largest. Again, as it is a formula, so it's not sorting it properly. So let me just convert that into a value. And now I'm going to sort the data so that the data will be sorted properly. And you can see that the numbers are sorting it properly, and you can see the variances coming up here. My lowest value is the darkest red, the highest value is green, and as the values are jumbled around, the values are having shaded colors here. Maybe a light red, yellow, mango yellow, green, parrot green, leaf green. There'll be a lot of color variants are there, but I know only the WebGRs. So forget about that, or forgive me, I don't know much about colors. So this is the way it works. This is color scale for us, and the final part that we have is the best part. This is icon sets, and this is what we use in a KPI. That is, key performance indicators are generally used based on these icon sets. So I'm about to use the last and final option of our conditional formatting called icon sets, and I'm going to choose the second option. When I choose the second option, the system gives the icon by itself on a particular pattern. I didn't specify any pattern as such, so let me see what is the pattern that I have here. So I'm going to go back to my manage rule and edit rule, or I can just press Alt OD, which will give you the list, and then edit the rule, and you can see that the values are coming in percentage. 67% of this total value. It takes the value by itself and the system calculates that. Again, sometimes it is too cumbersome to read percentage in a numerical value, so let me convert that into a defined function. So I have a small function here. If my value is above 80, then I'm going to give an arrow up, that's green, and a flat yellow line, and arrow down red line if the values are below 40. So I'm going to just change this to number and change the value to 80. Do it from the rightmost part, that is always better, so that the data you don't want to feed it again. If you do it like this, for example, I'm just giving 40 and change the point to number, then it will become 0 again. Then I have to again add 40. So instead of doing multiple times, change the type first and then come to the value, feed the value, then change the way in which the value has to be evaluated, and then give an OK and give yes. Now we can see automatically all my values below 40 are down arrowed, flat line, up arrow. If I don't want the numbers here, I can automatically do that. Alt OD and edit the formula and then say please show the icons only. As I did in my data set or data bar, I'm going to do the same, and you can see that automatically my icon sets are centered by itself. So this is what conditional formatting is all about, and we have completed our conditional formatting default options. I can touch the new rules as we go forward for the Excel user series. I'll come back to that part also. So hope you enjoyed and learned the video, and this is Vinod signing out from Excel Academy Excel YouTube channel Excel Snippet. This is video number 14 part 2 on conditional formatting. Keep learning, stay updated. Your weekend just started now, so you are about to see a few more videos, and I'm going to complete our Excel beginner series, and then from next week we can keep working on Excel user series, the comparison of formulas. We're going to see every formula available in Excel, and we're going to have a shorter videos. It's not going to be a very long video like we have now, but as it's a series where I need to give you a lot of insight on what I'm doing, so I have to have a larger data. If it is a referential video, I will be creating a 2 to 5 minutes video. I'm working on that. Probably 5 minutes video will be quite okay, but 2 minutes video is too short. Even I'll try that. Thank you so much for watching my YouTube channel and subscribing it. If you didn't subscribe earlier, please subscribe the channel and click the bell icon and try to learn as many things as possible in Excel. I have started 3 more channels. One on Tally, another one is on Power BI, and one is on its way, Tableau, are the other 3 YouTube channels that I'm adding. I'll be adding more accounting softwares, and Excel macro is also on its way. So learn as many programs possible by you. This is the time to learn more. Enjoy your hibernations. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you so much.